Feeling better is important, but feeling better and actually getting better are not always the same thing. A lot of people experience relief, yet still find themselves dealing with the same issues weeks or months later. That gap between temporary relief and real correction is where many people get stuck, often without realizing it at first. One of the most common things I hear, it felt better, but then it came back. And that can be frustrating and confusing, because if something helped, it feels like it should have solved the problem, right? But the reality is, not all improvement is the same. The difference usually comes down to understanding symptom relief versus true correction. Symptom relief focuses on reducing what you feel. Pain decreases, tension eases, and movement improves, at least temporarily. And that matters. If you're in pain, relief is important. It helps you function, it helps you sleep, and it helps you get through your day without constantly thinking about discomfort. In many cases, it's the first step that allows everything else to happen. But relief doesn't always mean the underlying issue has changed. More often, it means the system is calmed down, not necessarily that it's been corrected. If your body's producing pain because something's overloaded, restricted, or compensating, and we reduce the irritation without changing the pattern, the body will often return to the same pattern once normal activity resumes. And over time, the symptoms return with it. That's why people often find themselves in repeating cycles. They feel better, they go back to their routine, and then the issue comes back. Then they try something else, feel better again, and the same thing happens. Different tools, same pattern. Medication, it can reduce how pain is perceived. Massage can decrease muscle tension. Stretching can temporarily improve flexibility. Rest can reduce load. Heat can relax tissues. All of these can be useful, especially in the short term. But if the deeper drivers remain, such as movement restrictions, postural strain, compensation patterns, or ongoing nervous system stress, the body tends to fall back into the same state. True correction, it's different. It's not just about how you feel in the moment, it's about changing how the system functions over time. It means improving how your spine moves, how your body distributes load, how your muscles coordinate, and how your nervous system adapts to stress. It also means improving how well you recover between the demands of daily life, because recovery is just as important as performance when it comes to long-term function. When those deeper layers start to improve, something different begins to happen. The body doesn't just feel better temporarily, it starts behaving differently. Movement becomes easier and more consistent. Tension doesn't build as quickly. Posture becomes less effortful. You don't feel like you have to constantly manage your body throughout the day. And most importantly, symptoms don't need to return as often in the first place. This doesn't mean everything becomes perfect. It doesn't mean you'll never have discomfort again. Life still includes stress, long days, poor sleep occasionally, or doing something your body isn't fully prepared for. But the difference becomes resilience. Your system is better able to handle load without breaking down into the same patterns. And when something does flare up, it tends to resolve more quickly and more completely. Another key point is that correction is a process, not a single event. Relief can happen quickly because it often involves calming the system. Correction takes more consistency because you're helping the body relearn better patterns over time. Rehabituation. You're not just reducing a signal, you're improving how the system moves, adapts, and regulates itself. That requires repetition, but it also creates results that last longer. This is also why many people feel like they've tried everything. But in most realities, they've often tried multiple forms of relief, sometimes very good ones, but they haven't yet changed the underlying pattern that keeps producing the symptoms. So the cycle continues. Different approaches, same result. When the focus shifts from how do I feel today to how is my body functioning over time, the entire approach changes. That's when you start looking beyond the symptom and into the system that's producing it. And in most cases, that's when progress becomes more consistent and more sustainable. If you've been getting temporary relief, but the same issue keeps coming back, it may be time to look at what hasn't actually changed yet. If it makes sense, let's take a closer look and figure out what's really driving it.